Welcome this morning, fellas. I'm only doing the show today because I saw the first question. David Condi. Basically, if a girl doesn't eye contact, don't talk to her, right? And David, yes. As I've said probably 10,000 times, to the point where people get tired of hearing me say that. As I've said since 2001, as I've said so many times since I've started doing podcast shows, which I've done 5 days a week, all year long, even on vacation, starting in 2006. So do the math of how many podcast shows I've done. I almost say it almost in every podcast show, to where my shows are boring now. Because you heard me say, wait for the girl to look you in the eye. Because when a girl gives eye contact, that signals she's interested. If she's interested, she's going to give you eye contact. Yeah. So why would you want to talk to her if she's not interested in you? Especially if you're in America, especially if you're black. Now, I don't know how it is for African descent. Well, if you have the accent, it's going to be a little bit harder for you, I think. I don't know. America seems like a weird place sometimes. If you're born here, they're going to target you as just being African American, which I guess you are now. I don't know. You're African descent, direct, and I don't know what it's going to be like for you. I know that Bangura has a lot of success with fine hoes, but he's muscular. You're not. You look like you go to prep school. He didn't. So he has a certain look to him that you don't have. Okay? Which brings me to the next statement / question under how to tell if a girl likes you. He says, you aren't at least 6 feet tall and 15% body fat and doesn't make 6 figures. Joseph says that. He goes, just kidding. But it's probably truer than I want it to be, LOL. No, it's actually not. It's not truer than you want it to be. Look at all the short guys out there who are broke, dating women. Now, if you're talking about drop-dead gorgeous models, then I could say it could probably be truer. But I don't deal with just the 10s or the 11s out there. We're all average dudes, or we're all ordinary dudes here, so I deal on the ordinary level. We find some attractive women, we bone. There's not a PUA place. So cool. I believe women likes men with short nails because you can finger their pussy real good, unlike the ones with the male long nails. They will scratch their inner vagina. That is very true. Very true. I learned that the hard way, by the way, fellas. Yeah. After I learned, I scratched the inside of the girls. I never grew them again. Never had anything longer than this. I believe it was just a little bit longer, and there was some jagged edges on it. Because I have to go in like this a lot, and I just basically tear my nails apart. Yes, Julie, what?
Your feet.
Oh, said your feet, your toenails.
You sleep with your feet right next to my legs. I'm afraid one day I'm gonna wake up bloodied and cut up.
Yeah, I had my feet go. That's basically what she's saying. Because I had decent feet when I met her.
Those toenails are sharp as knives.
Said they're sharp as knives.
No, they are.
They are.
I'll be making light of it.
She's not even making light of it. No, she's not joking either. Some of them are big toenail. For some reason, they've grown really thick, like nail on top of nail, and then they kind of bent, and like they're nasty. So I trim them back.
Yeah, it's got personality all its own.
Yeah, whatever. You used to do my feet. I think we need to get back into you doing that.
I know what I could do about the nails, though.
Yeah, it is. You can soften up the nails, and I'll trim the nails. I don't want you touching my nails. But, get back to sloughing the skin off. Actually, I don't need it anymore. whatever was going on was all gone. I used to have this really dry problem. The bottom of my feet would cut sheets.
You need some lotion.
Yeah. I mean, I never used lotion before. I always had soft skin. I believe if you eat right, you'll get natural oils coming out, and you didn't really need to lotion your skin up. That's how it was until I got into my 40s, and now I get all kind of stuff.
Welcome to the geriatric age.
Yeah, geriatric age, yes.
Where you need lotion.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. After 11 years of eating your goddamn food, yeah, I do need some lotion.
My food. Usually make what you ask for.
Michael Nolan. My final answer, guys. Wait. Michael Nolan always does a string of comments, and it doesn't do any good to start with the first one. So let me go down to the last one in my list. Well, this man got a brick upside the head there. Basically, it's very rare that happens. Men sent abusive text. And with men, more or less, woman disappears unless, like this dude here, he may be good looking or has his business of some sort. I bet you he's an employee somewhere. I bet you he's just barely above average. For some reason, you internet people, you think every guy that gets a date out there is drop dead gorgeous. Go look up the percentage of actual good looking men on the planet. What is it, like 5%? 3%? Somebody come back and let me know. What is the percentage of good looking men on the planet?
Yeah, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder, remember?
Yes, Julian, I know. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, yes. But besides that nonsense...
It's true. When I consider a good-looking guy, someone might think,
Yeah.
So,
Is that why you're with me?
Can't standardize that, and vice versa. What other women think is...
What percentage of guys would you say that you find physically... Okay, here's one. And they show photos of all the, I guess these are handsome guys by European standards. They're all European descent. So that's why I say that. Just a fucking blog. Somebody let us know. What's the percentage of good-looking men out there? I heard it wasn't that many males are born good-looking. Go to England. I've heard comedians talk about England. You're hard-pressed to find a good-looking male. But the ones they produced, we've seen, like Roger Moore. He was the old James Bond guy. They talk about the English males and their teeth. I guess England has bad teeth. I think America has the higher percentage of... No, because I've seen the Eastern European... Going by European standards, Eastern Europe has a higher percentage. Nope, because there's more Americans, I think. But America is hard-pressed and focused on just beauty. Although we do have... I was just watching some guy, Jewish guy on a mic, made his voice sound real good with glasses, a Crowder or something like that, talking about plus-size models. So their blood type is pudding. Yeah, we do have, a lot of fat people here in America. We're like the fattest country on the planet. But I think we have a real high percentage of good-looking women out there compared to other countries. I've seen TV shows like coming out of Ireland. Sorry, Michael. On that TV dating show that you guys had for a while, I was hard-pressed to find one good-looking girl I consider good-looking on there. I've seen the women in England, and I guess they're like good-looking guys. I've seen the bus videos showing bus scenes. I've seen the street walking scenes. I've seen the movies. The women in the movies are good looking, but I've seen the people on the streets and the ones that come out of the nightclubs, and it's more average looking females. I guess you got to look at where the ancestors come from, and I think only like 50% of people, or even less, who actually have roots go back into England. Because they did a DNA study, and one chick, she had the English flag outside of her house. She lived in a prestigious house, and she was all, pro-English. And how dare you foreigners come to our country? She was half Turkish, or she had a lot of Turkish blood. I think it was almost as much as 40%, something like that. They were hard pressed to find any real English, that came out of the Celts and all that kind of stuff, people there. This is what the DNA study showed. So all the, most people are in England, they came from somewhere else sometime in history. Like the people in America, everybody came from somewhere else. Kiera Hawkins. The problem with that young guy, he has an ego and doesn't want to learn game from Bangura. I think he's actually being silent now. He's actually sitting back learning, which is good. That's what you want to do. Sit back and learn. Kiera Hawkins. Hoe chasing to me is a bunch of thirsty guys who are pressed to get laid for a female in their presence. The thirsty guys meaning guys that run after women, their fellows. That's what thirsty is all about. Night Shroud. Supreme, I have a question. How do you know if a girl is a hoe or a gold digger? What's the difference? There's no difference. Make sure you use the word hoe correctly, because we use that word for a lot of different types. Like a freak, we call her a hoe. Okay? A hoe is all about getting her money. That's the real definition of a hoe. So hoe is a gold digger. Gold digger is all about getting the money. They want males who only make a lot of money. That's who they only want to fuck with. Okay? A minor hoe is like GH's girl. She only uses them for money. That's a minor hoe. And GH, he's not rich. So, gold digger is actually to go for more of guys of prestige. I guess we call it that. Now, there are freaks out there that we mistakenly classify as hoes. And freaks, as we know, they just want to fuck. So if you're using the term hoe in the relation to fucking, easy thing is a gold digger wants your money. She's only going to date guys that have money. Like a gold digger, they can date you, Night Shroud. You're not famous yet, right? You have no money. You can't even afford my site yet, so... So, worried about a gold digger, don't worry about it. Hoes, if you're just using the term in relation to freak, they're the girls, as I said, like to fuck. They'll usually kind of often bisexual. They'll lick the girlfriend, look it up on the bar and do coyote ugly dancing with her and shit like that. They walk to the clubs holding hands. Oftentimes, but they also dress a certain way. Now, gold digger is a little more classier. She shows her assets. And by the way, gold diggers almost always are attractive with good assets, if you know what I mean. Freaks, I've seen freaks that were not even that good looking, but they're freaky, and they get sex by showing, body parts. What normally makes a freak, usually a lot of times, is molestation somewhere in the past. So she learns to use that to manipulate men, get male attention. But usually there's lack of father figure in the house, or he's there, but he's doesn't pay her any attention. She craves her father attention, male attention. I've seen so often in the black community, of course, because there's no father there, black girls turn into freaks at a very young age. because there's no father. They crave male attention. And they find it from older males in the neighborhood. I'm thinking one show I just watched a couple of years ago, and wow, it was a Maury show, and she was like 13 when she started fucking 30-something-year-old men. Can you give us some strategies for figuring out if a woman is a gold digger? I'm sure there might be a few fellas who pull down six-figure incomes here. I had someone like that on my forum. He was a chiropractor, and also he was studying to become a nurse, I believe, or something like that. And whenever he went out, he would hire a limo, just like RSD guy did, by the way. That was part of his game in LA. Owen, he would hire a limo, and they would do VIP. I don't know if you guys know clubs and VIP. That attracts hoes and gold diggers. Because hoes like trendy guys, cool guys, guys that are above the rest of the males. When you hire, like this guy also hired bodyguards. So a lot of the game that I analyzed with Owen, because he actually called me, by the way, fellas, a long time ago to ask about female retention, how to keep his female too. There was bullshit going on in that fucking mansion they were renting. And everybody's stealing everybody's girl. Someone stole Mystery's girl. He got suicidal. And this is before they all became really famous. So the fella I'm talking about, he had hired a bodyguard, and then he was complaining about girls only saw him for money. Because as I explained to him, the way he presented himself was because he came like he had a lot of money. There's videos on YouTube where people faked celebrity status to see the crowd's reaction. You guys have seen those in the past? So the fella, the chiropractor, he was looking for real love. And I told him, the way you're presenting yourself, you're not going to find real love. You can't trust it. I think Heavy D said something about that. So love me not because I'm MC Heavy D. Sean John. I Supreme. I Sean John. I've been something, always been. I Supreme. I've been something, always. You're in a suit, brother. Your grandpa's will be better than that. You mean you can't even have the back door open without?
I'm busy.
You guys need to go back to Portugal. Shit.
You'd love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You want me to go back?
I would love to go there and
Oh, you want to come with me?
live off you guys. And
Yeah, there'll be some work.
have your dad whining about me
Pay
and
some
shit like that.
bills. He's only there half the time. He only ran half the time.
When he comes every year, you'll hear all the shit about me
Where's
on
the
the
potatoes?
island. That'd be fun.
Like he'd say, where's the potatoes?
Yeah. I ain't picking no potatoes. I ain't planting no potatoes. I wouldn't mind being that little village of yours.
Village.
Me mugging all those motherfuckers. And I'll tell them, I know the word pret. That means black, fellas. And macaque. Macaque is monkey. That pret, grand macaque. Big black monkey.
You may get that from some of the older ones, not the younger
Yeah,
ones.
the older ones. That's what I'm talking about. It won't be too often. I won't have to kick someone in the face too often.
Too often.
Well, kick a few faces, they won't say shit. Kick the teeth out, they'll learn. Leave that big motherfucker alone. Let's see. Oh, email. Let's see if Greece. We're in the final stages of Greece's final success.
You've got mail.
Either today or Monday. It's been a long process.
Now they're changing it to Monday.
Well, I said Monday.
No.
He said Saturday. I said, no, they're going to fuck with you a little bit more. Because it's 1.5 mil, and the banks are going to make some money off of it. When they get a check that big, they got to keep it for a few days so they make money. Everybody that's been involved in this has made money by cashing their check into their account and leaving it for like a week. Because 1.5 mil, you make a lot of interest money off 1.5 mil every day. So it should be today or Monday. Let's see, where was I? Okay, Sean John. I've always been interested in trying to become a Renaissance man. You know, I learned that back when I was in high school, the word Renaissance man. So I looked into Casanova. See, one of them was fake and one of them was real. Of those characters out of history. I'll assume that Casanova was the real one. Sean John, you're African American. Why are you looking at European history that occurred a long time ago? People were butt-ass stupid. Let me explain what I'm saying, how stupid they were in Europe. There's this word called thespians. Thespians used to travel around doing shows. They're actors. The reason why, if you look at old acting, they put a mask in front of their face with a stick. People are so stupid because they would vilify the guy who played the character after the show's over. They couldn't separate reality from fiction, and they would chase the guy out of town. So the guy put this on, like it's a stick with a mask on it. That's how bad they were. Now today we're so sophisticated, intelligent. Like, we see you behind that stick. You know you are. But there are, even back in my youth, there were people that would get vilified. They were played like bad people on soap operas. And they would get, evil stares at the grocery store. People still had trouble accepting they're just actors. They're like the traveling thespians of ancient Europe. So why would you want to study their time period when today has so much better to offer? Study the pimps. That's the highest level of the game. You study the Macs. They're just almost as high as, they're up there also. You study the players. Because what he did, it actually still does that's what my female mind fucking is all about. He'd write them these letters and women would swoon, pass out. I read that story too as a kid too. What I liked was that he got so many women. Anyway, let's continue. The ladies loved dude. Yeah, he was good looking guy. Was he? Casanova.
I don't know what he looked like.
Let's see what fucking Casanova looked like. There was a jackass on So Suave. You trying to use that name? I nicknamed him Asanova. I think he had herpes or something. I got herpes from one of the... There was a girl that came on the forum and she gave him herpes or something. I don't know. And I don't... Look at his image. Chubby cheeks, pink lips, pink skin, hair cut right here, receding, bulbous eyeballs. Now here's one that he looks a little bit better in. Looks almost Latinish. Well, Casanova. They wore those wigs back then. Those hideous wigs that sit on top of the head. Oh, I remember when that actor, yeah, he's passed on now, played Casanova. Heath. That was a great loss for the acting society. Okay, he was a very well-rounded, dynamic man. He dressed well, read books on different subjects. Yep, learned different languages. Yeah, that's what I would like for you to be, though, as the Renaissance man. That's what I set out to be. Actually, I modeled myself. There was a fictional character named Doc Savage. Look it up, fellas. And that's what he was like, except he didn't fuck women. He was a scientist and an adventurer, and he solved mysteries all over the world. Let's see. Language, arts, history even proves that when a man is interesting and has depth to his personality and life, women find it hard to resist. Yes. That's why I've been trying to get black fellas to read more, to learn more about like our history. If you're hunting white women and you know your real history, you go way up in their mind. Okay? When you can teach them things, because white women are used to being smarter than we are. You guys adult white women, didn't you get that impression? All the white women I've dealt with have been, except for Jovina, have been highly intelligent. She has headphones on. No, seriously, they've all been highly intelligent. They've had their degrees, because that's what I went for. I couldn't stand average or below average intelligence, and that's why I wasn't going to marry. I didn't want to have kids with my ex-wife. I think I said that I was an elitist, Ayn Rand type. All the white women, or most of the white women, I thought were surprised I was as smart as I was. A girl I was with for 8 years, the bodybuilder, her parents were professionals, and she was high. She was serious brain power, but the type that's so intense that it gets twisted. She had a twisted sense of humor, like me, and we both took our test for our business, personal training and fitness business, and she was so pissed off that my score was way higher than hers. She struggled on the test, I breezed through it, and I was one of the first people done. And sat there. Then I finally got him walked out. And then I got almost perfect score on it. I've had other situations like that, like she couldn't believe it. And then the belly dancer chick, said, you waste it. You're so brilliant, and you waste it. She was whining about me, chasing women. And I did. I did waste it chasing women, but I figured women out. Men today should have more going on in their lives, especially our men, Sean John, black males. White folks, they usually get a good education. We get the bum education. And we go to the same school and get the same bum education. And first of all, the education stuff we're learning is all bum shit anyway. But we seem to have lost it. And we were starting to lose it when I was a kid. When I came to California, I came from South Dakota. The blacks in school pride themselves on their stupidity. This is what started Ebonics. They started speaking this weird language, sub-language. And they pride themselves on being stupid. It's really, I think it's guys who had trouble at school, and they were the cool ones. And, or they made themselves the cool ones because they got chicks. Were having sex in 9th grade. And anyway, they're the ones everybody looked up to. And I fell into that. When I came out here, they didn't have my school records or anything, and I pretended to be really stupid. I've talked about this. And I would sit there reading my books like I did in 6th grade. I believe I was in the 8th grade at the time, yeah. I showed off on a test, just showing off. And I guess I got 100%. I didn't miss one. And the teacher caught on to what I was doing. And they stuck me in the head in the room with the eggheads, which is not fun. There was a Chinese guy in there. He's now a nuclear engineer. I was lazy in school. I didn't want to excel until I started competing against my older brother in high school. So for me, because I was lazy, it fit my bill, trying to pretend to be stupid. But you guys see all the stuff I have knowledge of, so you can tell I'm not really stupid. Michael H. The chick started seeing other guys in my social circle, and feelings of betrayal is exactly what happened. I felt the sudden loss of power. This is under one of my videos. I'm trying to remember what it was about. Felt like shit even while seeing other women. And I knew I just got played. Invited her to a bar event. Hooked up with her earlier that day. And before she went off with a friend of mine, she told me she felt a change in my energy while we were dancing. The second edge of that sword really stung. Anyways, I know now to keep the heart and mind in check when using intense seduction. She went off with a friend of yours? That's not a friend of yours. If a friend of yours is willing to take your female, that's not a friend, okay? I refuse to make my friends have pain. I value friendship. Now, I've had my friends who are not friends do that to me. And I paid them back. Thomas the Negative. I talked about, you guys don't know this, but there was a girl I met many years ago in a nightclub. She was 5 feet tall. She still has one of the best asses I've ever seen. Just packed on. Muscular at top, the short girls have the muscular arms. Flat, 2-pack stomach. Then to the hips, it broadened out with these amazing hips and a bubble ass in the back. Short little legs. What won the day was I came up behind her and put my hand on her neck. She's a woman that I went home, talked to her for a couple hours on the phone, and then went over and fucked her in the ass twice. I talk about it on my podcast shows. Let me see that story. Anyways, I know to keep my heart in check. Intense seduction. This was first intense seduction experience. And to constantly reevaluate my thoughts when seeing a female. Think I might cut down on the intensity for a while so I control the emotions better as a stronger player. Hold on. Actually, yeah, he gets about 9s. Nope, nothing there. Yep, something is there. Stupid Trump shit. Okay. So keep his heart in check. That's what you always want to do. Recognize when you're a player. You're playing. That means you got to obey the player rules. You keep your heart in check. You don't fall in love. You have to make sure, if you start feeling like you're falling in love, tell yourself, I'm not going to fall in love. Strictly playing. So I control my emotions better as a stronger player. Is this a good step forward? Yes, it is. As for the simpery, you've been simping? I had a long-term girlfriend 2 years ago. Started off with power, then lost it as the relation progressed. Yeah. I've changed a lot since the relationship. Mindset, better body, more confidence. Good. A lot of guys think they can fake confidence. Go get my fucking confidence program. Build it for real, fellas. Because when you don't have it, it will fade. All you got to do is challenge you. Or do one signal in your confidence. What if your girl went like this to you? Do you have the confidence to be able to bypass that? If not, get your confidence program. I'm sick of seeing guys lack confidence, and when you post, I could tell. I tell from what you're writing that you just really just lack confidence in yourself. Currently I have 2 good girls with a little freak in both of them. That's the perfect type of girl. And go out to club events every weekend. Thanks a ton, Player Supreme. You're very welcome. There, Michael H. Ace, I trim my nails. I don't like my nails to be pointy. Plus, if I get a chick, I'd rather have her feel my fingers and not any nails. Youngin liked one of my videos. Said it was gold. Ace Ortiz again. I'm more right-brained. Go like this. Okay, you're either right-brained or you're not. Okay? Don't ever say I use both brains. I hate when guys say that because usually there's always one dominant. Which are you? Go like this. Everybody, go like this. Thumbs crossed over. Okay? What thumb is on top? If it is your left thumb, then you're right brain. The right brain controls left side of the body. Okay? Now, to show you this, cross the other one over. And I always get weird guys, it doesn't feel any different. Yeah, it does. They want to be ambidextrous in their brains. Okay? Cross the other one over. See how weird it feels. I'm more, so what, let me know which you are. Either right or left. Now, we do use both sides of the brain. Women do it better. But us males, we can access our left side. Like I use my left side to when I was into math and all that stuff. Into logic stuff. Because that's your logical side. Live long and prosper, you know. Your Spock side. If you're left brain, then you're more Spockish. Ace, do a show with Tyrone. I think he's moving out to LA soon. That means his channel's making a ton of money. And that's good for him. GHH, as a Middle Eastern, I did not like the Allah Akbar joke. Don't call me an Arab because I am not even Arabic. Then you shouldn't be offended by the Allah Akbar because that's for the people who are Arabic. And I don't know what you are. You don't show your face, GHH, okay? I'm still 20. I am not 21, he says. Wait. How did Bangura give me advice by calling me a hoe? He didn't even say, how can I help? When someone... Let me tell you about the black community, how we talk to each other. When we pull a motherfucker's coat, we're not nice about it, okay? I don't know if you know what that means. That means, you know, in the black community, you grab the guy by the coat. Look, motherfucker, you're fucking up. Okay? That lets that guy know, okay, I'm doing something wrong. And then he tells you what you're doing wrong. Just the way it is. Jeremy Lovell. Why are most men on the internet afraid of being in a relationship? I think it's because they've never been in one and don't know how to maintain. I agree. I really agree with that one. Grand Admiral Games. Question. If genes play a role in the game and weak men should not have the right to breed, I don't think weak men should breed because they're going to breed weak males. They're also going to destroy their relationship. They're not going to raise strong kids. If you have weakness in you, cowardice, fear, lack of confidence, you're creepy and weird, you shouldn't have kids. Because all you're going to do, if you look up on some ass and she actually does marry you because maybe like a computer programmer dude, IT, all you're going to do is you're not going to be necessarily what I would call a strong father figure. So your son can learn to be a strong male in today's competitive society. All you're going to do is produce another weak motherfucking male. A lot of the guys of my generation who were nerds, like my friend Neil, he was the only one like him in his family. And his brother and sister, although highly intelligent, they were more normal. And his father was a fucking sheriff. An asshole. Okay? So, now people like that are actually, producing kids. He's actually 60. So those types have been really multiplying because they didn't have the fear of, girls like you guys do. Most of them got over it. And I've never seen Neil with fear of women. He had fear of other things, but, fear of women, it wasn't one of them. My older brother never had a fear of women. So it's the new generation of nerds, as I said a long time ago, that have that fear of women shit going on. Nerds back then, they got rejected. So normal dudes. We walk back across the room. If it was a high school dance, we walk back, that walk of shame, back across the room, or the nightclub, back to our boys, the guys we came with. And yeah, man, she shot me down, man. And your boys, said, it's all right, man. But that's the way it was. So society's already grown weak as it is. And that's why I say that. He goes, so I can't put it on fully on the pops, especially when our community, he ain't nowhere around. Yeah. Society is breeding weaker males much more than DNA is. Yes. Yes. Eventually, my fear is that the energy will change within man and the dominant society will drag everyone down since they are the progenitors of breeding feminine males. I didn't read the rest of what you had to say, and I realized you get it. I was talking about that to Greece. The video I linked to you, that's all dominant society stuff. And Greece's grandmother, she was an old Caribbean soothsayer. And there's some stuff that she relayed to Greece about what's going to happen in the future by reading the energy. And we see it coming to fruition right now. It's like implosion is going on. Spiritual implosion. Look at the man that cut his ears off and wants to be a lizard woman. But let's continue. You can't change unless you change the top first. That's what I said also. I believe my comment to you. Where's my comment? Oh, I was reading my comment. All the stuff I said about you get it. It was actually me. Sorry about that. It's an old man thing. Okay, if genes play a role in the game and weak men should not have the right to breed, then wouldn't it be a good thing for men to try to breed better sons to give them more of a fighting chance out here? That would be a good thing, yes. Just wanted your opinion since you mentioned it. Thanks for the game. As always, having fun and being laid back has worked wonders. Women should not make us uptight. Well, they don't make you uptight. You make yourself uptight. They're games. Nobody controls you but you. You put two different people on the same stimulus and they can react totally different. They are to be enjoyed. Yes, they are to be enjoyed. My girl's indeed my comfort after a long day of working on the plantation. Ah, so you have a girlfriend. Good. GHH says, who do you want to beat? There was a black dude. There's these... I hate when black people suck up to dominant society and do this strange stuff that some members of that society do. There's these guys that wear these plastic masks of women. They dress up like women. I guess the women they could never get. The guys, you should watch the video I posted to gain admirals under that. See what I'm talking about. That's weird. Like there's a black guy that got involved in the living doll thing. Of course, he straightened his hair out to look more white. Just a regular black dude, skinny black dude, weird goth type black dude. I hate when black dudes get in the goth scene also. Getting those weird, strange, dominant society subset shit. And they're always the blacks who hate being black, what we call Uncle Toms. Coons, on some level too. Usually they're just Uncle Toms. They don't really coon a lot because they stay quiet. But they'll sell the race out in a minute, just so they can fit in with their dominant society buddies. Now, I don't have a problem with friendship. You know, as you guys know, my best friend is Caucasian, so that's not the issue. It's the issue of their self-hatred. It's so deep they'll even do the strange things that would come out of, you know, our dominant society leaders of the world people. All that weird stuff out there is from them. Sorry if you're Caucasian, but that's your people. Watch the video that's under there. You only see one black dude. And what kind of black dudes that put on, you know, a totally different race, a woman's skin mask, and wear a wig and dress up in women's clothes and go out. These guys are walking the street. They call it, they even have a name for it. Masking. Now, when I first came on the internet, or I'd been on the internet for a while, I discovered something called the furry people. And these were Caucasians dressing up like furry animals. I thought that was weird. That video blew my mind. I posted on the video, I just want to go live in the desert now. Because when society implodes, the dominant society is going to bring everybody down. That's what Reese's grandmother talked about. They're going to basically implode and bring everybody else down with them. Hopefully there'll be stronger members within their group that'll hold the rest of society up. And I don't like talking about this on this channel. Because I have nice guys I like Michael Nolan. I don't want to, it's like I'm putting white folks down, but I'm not. I'm just giving you guys the real truth, the raw truth. And I have a bunch of comments from Mike Nolan. I don't know where to start. Start with the one at the bottom. He says, yeah, I've gotten better with women and people in general. I think over the year, the women in the clubs, I did ask to go their place and they accepted. Basically, I became more awakened to the energy around me. I sense things a lot better now. See, if Michael Nolan, the blockhead, can do it, all of you guys can do it. Become more awakened. When I talk to people, I sometimes crack odd, dirty jokes. Be careful of the dirty jokes. Though it slips out and some people laugh, they don't care. Same with women. Yeah, it's some. I take the piss out of them now and then. Good. You see the world differently when you're, there you go, using that word again. Paradigm. You crack me up, Michael. If I had the money, I would travel the world and meet some of you guys, man. Michael's one of the guys I would like to meet. And go to a Shire pub and have some ale. I don't like ale. I like light beer. Tastes like yuck. But anyway. Paradigm shifts, your behavior changes, and your energy. I did have here we go again. Paradigm shift. You know, the word's gotten old, Mike. We know that you know how to use the word now. And that's a good thing. You know, that's a good thing. But how about not use the word anymore for a while? He did a paradigm shift, which is a good thing, and as I see the truth of women out there. Good. Bangura, great video. Bangura will do. What did I say to you, Bangura? Good. Whatever it is, good. Maximum efficiency. My feeling was that Tyrone's girl was more aggressive than him and that he wasn't in charge. You know, I don't agree with that. She was more on the serious side. And he's like me. I like to have fun and crack jokes and shit like that. Because of the way she was raised, and you know, she's out there pushing herself in her job and all that. She was more serious. She has that kind of mindset that's a little bit more serious. I like to take those kind of girls and teach them how to have fun and relax. Because if you're going to be around me, you're going to have to learn how to relax and laugh. I rather, see, I'm not left brain, and I can't just sit there and be serious. Live long and prosper. I can't be like a Spock. I tried to be like you guys. It didn't work. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to tear the walls down. I like there being walls between us. When someone's sitting there like this being serious, they're actually putting up a wall, in my opinion. They're behind that wall. You don't know if they like to laugh. You don't know anything. They don't present you with anything that you can grasp onto, whether it's male or female. So I like to tear the walls down and see who's back behind there, behind that act. Because we all were little kids at one time. And we knew how to play. Even nerds knew how to play before you became very nerdy. You played with your toys. You played outside. You had fun. You laughed. You fell. You played. Before you got the fear in you and developed the personalities you have now. We're just little kids. John D. Hey man, I'm interested in purchasing a couple of your products, but you only accept PayPal. Yeah. My nationality is not American. Can you put an option to pay with some other method? I don't have one. I only have PayPal. And there's only other companies like PayPal out there, which would be very, how would I even do that? I guess I just put, if I had, there's some other thing that was going around like PayDot or something like that for a while, and I don't even know if they're even around. That's what sucks though, is, you know, there are some countries they don't allow PayPal, like there are African countries that don't have PayPal. Eric Draven, the video that has my high school photo. The video is really good. I think I talked about this, so I'll end on this one. The YouTube video you created for women to see shows you are not some creepy killer. It puts women at ease, yes. Okay. Well, I hope Greece does achieve his final goal. I've been sitting there on the sidelines waiting as well. Because I want to see the brother find some peace in his life, man. That brother needs it. Being with the women, when you're in that type of situation, you have to be assertive. You can't relax and just be yourself. You're on a pedestal all the time, and with the women worshiping you. And it gets tiring on that pedestal. Or at least for me. I don't know about for him. I actually don't think he gets tired of it. For me, I got tired of it. And I'd rather have a fun relationship where I'm still, like Jovina, I'm still the dominant. But I want to be able to relax and have fun and not have to put on airs, be a certain way. Watch cartoons, want to watch cartoons, that kind of thing. You know, someone who's on, you know, being a dom, they can't watch cartoons. That's looked down upon by that society. This is domination is something out of Europe. There was a site called steeldoor.com, and I have her book that she put out on the history of BDSM, and that's something out of Europe, dom society stuff, where they like to tie people up and whip them. You go back to the study of Europe, that's what they did. You know, their dungeons, remember the dungeons? Peasants ended up in there being whipped. The Marquis de Sade, he whipped and beat and murdered for pleasure. So maybe that's why I didn't fit well within that community. I'd rather just be the dominant male. But I am writing a book on how to control women. I had to cite it for a while. It's howtocontrollawoman.com. And there's some material up there right now. You guys can, some videos and stuff you guys can learn something from. So again, howtocontrollawoman.com. Check it out. I'm going to start writing again today. And that's what I'll be spending my day doing until if I hear from Greece. If not, I'm just going to keep writing, keep working, keep grinding there, fellas. I'm trying to, as I said, leave this community, work in another community, and build a business there. But I also have to still produce for this community. So hopefully this will work out well, and we'll all be growing our knowledge and stuff. Have a good day.